Hello, everybody. Hello, and hola for those all around the world. I am very excited to welcome you all for 12 days of Universal Tech Movement. We are going to give it a little bit of time for people to join in, whether you're joining in on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, wherever you're tuning in from. I'd love to have you here. And this is our fourth day of 12 days of UTM. We started on Tuesday with the Giving Tuesday. Then from there, we went into our second day, which was our device donation open house at our office. And then yesterday, we had our Merry Happy Hour. And today, we have our Meet Our Volunteers. So I am excited for this conversation. And we're going to get started in about 30 seconds. So not too long. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. All right. I am excited for this time, and I'm going to go ahead and jump on in. So, Michaela, I am going to welcome you to the stage so we can get started with this conversation where people really get to connect with you, learn more about the work that you do here at UTM, but also talk about your journey. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, Michaela, can you please introduce yourself? Share who you are and share a little bit about your journey in the tech industry.
Yeah, so my name is Michaela Chen. I'm a software engineer at General Motors. But whenever I first went to college, I actually started off as a biology major. I was really interested in getting into the medical field and doing pre-physical therapy as my focus. But situation and circumstances after first semester, I ended up failing a class and didn't want to retake it. And so I transitioned into computer science and have been in the tech field ever since.
And what has been one of the most exciting things you've seen just as you think about your journey, but also think about the journey of others that may be new to the tech industry or already inside the space?
Just seeing more minorities come in, getting kids introduced to the tech field sooner, just because tech is it's everywhere and it's in everything. So just seeing that innovation and everything come to life.
Definitely not, and I couldn't agree with you more and more. It's interesting as I engage with people that are either already inside the tech space, right, or those that are looking to transition into it for the first time. They always have like just different lived experiences, different backgrounds, like different reasons why they want to either work inside the tech space or volunteer, right, and do something outside their 9 to 5 and really move things forward. So thank you for the work that you do and how you've been supporting UTM over these years. So let's move on to our second question. What motivated you to volunteer with Universal Tech Movement in the first place?
Yeah, so I really connected with the mission. That's what really motivated me, and just wanting to give back and, like I said, get more minorities, get more kids into the tech field, and kind of just show that there's many different pathways, many different ways you can be um, associated with being in tech.
Yeah, and I love that. And I completely agree. Over the years, we've well, first we started with working with adults, right? Adults was our main focus because when Universal Tech Movement just first started, it was like, how can we get more people inside the tech space, right? How can we help people get jobs? How can we move them forward? How can we support their work inside those opportunities? And then from there, because we focus on adults and skills development to help them get jobs, then it brought into the families, right? How can we support families? Then how can we support the children, right? How can we support youth? So I love when our volunteers are open to working with both, the children, working with their parents, working with adults, and are really supporting the overall work that we're doing inside the space. So then why did you choose to work at Universal Tech Movement and what does that mission mean to you? I know you talked about working with people, getting more individuals, part of the global majority. But when you think about UTM, think about your own personal journey, right? What is it about UTM that says this is the organization, this is the mission that I want to support and be a part of?
Yeah, so for me, growing up, I didn't really see a lot of um, people like me in the tech field, or I didn't really get exposure to it until later on. Like late high school.
Mhm.
So I really wanted to be able to kind of jump in and get started earlier and reach out to, like you said, adults, kids, anyone, wherever I could help out.
Yeah, yeah. And and I just thinking about the work that you did and why you do what you do. I connect that to other volunteers, right? And it's like, how can we get them plugged in? How can we get them to support this work and really move things forward? So then, as you engage with other volunteers, what are some of the things that you hope that volunteers do in the tech scene?
Um, I guess just reaching out and bringing people in wherever you see an opportunity to introduce someone to the tech scene, whether it's just giving your story, your spill of how you got started, or helping people bring their ideas to life. Wherever you can help out, kind of bringing people in.
So then, when you think about the different projects you've worked on here at UTM, could you share what those projects have been? Can you share those engagements have been like with volunteers, but also with our clients?
Yeah, so I've done a couple in-person volunteers events like with Nesby. So that was cool. It was again more focused on kids, but they also had activities for parents and how to get their kids involved. And then also just with inside of UTM, working on the job board and getting people access to different partners that we partner with so that they have access to fill out those applications.
And love it, love it. And you mentioned the partnership event that we did with Nesby for Fresh Start. Could you talk a little bit about Fresh Start and that partnership, and why it's even important for us to connect with individuals and talk about the journey inside the tech space?
Yeah, so for Nesby Fresh Start event, um, like I said, it was more geared towards kids, but there was events for parents. So just they did things like having people present on prompt engineering, um, having kids write out a prompt on how to make a PB&J, and how they can connect that to using AI, and then also just like how there is that association. I wasn't even aware of Nesby before the First Start event here in Austin, so that was pretty cool to see that in action.
Yeah, and I love when we get an opportunity to support our partners and plug in our volunteers to the overall work that's happening inside the tech space. So then, given everything you've done with UTM over the years, externally with clients, externally with partners, but also internally, what is one highlight or one impactful moment that you would share during your volunteering experience?
Yeah, so kind of to tie it back, it really was the Nesby event for me, just because that was um, it was cool to interact with the kids, interact with the parents, and get to see one of our other volunteers, uh, one of our other Charles, did his presentation with the parents. So kind of connecting with everyone and seeing it all was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I love that because that's what we want, right? We want our volunteers to be impactful, engage with our clients. We also want our volunteers to lean into their passion, right? Learn new skills, learn new initiatives, right? Accomplish their goals that they're trying to do. So anytime we get volunteers who are passionate and love what they do, well, then you see the impact across, right? You see the impact with our clients, you see the impact with our volunteers. So then, Michaela, please, share, why are volunteers so important in today's economy?
So I would say volunteers are important because, um, especially with something like UTM or any nonprofit, right? There isn't always the capital to get paid people.
Mhm.
So if you have people who are passionate and interested and can come in and share their skills, it also gives them an opportunity to learn and build their skills as well. I've learned so much working with UTM and getting exposed to different technologies that I haven't worked with before in my current day-to-day work. So I think that's why the volunteers are important.
Definitely. So you hear that, those who are watching online, for those who watch it later, we need you to get involved. We need you to be a part of the universal tech movement so that your passions, your expertise, right, can be engaged, right, can connect with other individuals. Because I always, share with individuals that, one of the reasons why we have a lot of the challenges we have today is because we're not asking the right questions to the right person, right? But if we bring in those who have experiences, who have backgrounds, who are passionate, right, who bring things to the table, and everybody can bring things to the table, then we can do so much inside this space. And that's truly the work and hope that we have for our volunteers. And before we had paid employees, we had over 100 volunteers supporting the work of Universal Tech Movement, working with clients, onboarding clients, assisting with resume reviews, assisting with mock interviews, helping people find jobs, right? And hand holding people through the process. And then when they do get inside the tech space, great. Now stay in tech, right? Like go from entry level, go to mid level, go to senior level roles. And if you decide to create your own product, your own company, your own service, great. Go ahead and do those things all under the tech space. So Michaela, I definitely enjoyed you being here. I have one more question for you before I let you go. And this is a personal one. So I really want to hear from you. What is it that you've experienced over these years that really allow you to shape your skills, your perspective, and your goals? Can you talk a little bit about that for me?
Yeah. So for me, I jumped right into tech right after college. So I didn't really have that much experience. A lot of hands-on learning is how I learned, and I didn't really get that in college. So jumping straight into corporate world and tech world, um, I leaned into volunteering opportunities just to grow my skills and be able to grow, meet my goals.
Mhm.
So volunteering was definitely a way that helped me meet those goals that I had set up for myself.
Yeah. And that's what we say to some of our clients who are looking for job opportunities that need more experience is say, hey, yes, you can volunteer and use volunteering as a way to gain experience because there's so much that you can learn, so much you can provide, so much you can create in volunteer roles of all shapes and sizes, right? And in all different organizations, some large, some small, there's so much value that individuals do bring. And part of 12 days of UTM is connecting with our volunteers, but showing the impact that y'all are having inside this space and inspiring other people to get involved, right? To volunteer, whether it's an hour a month, an hour a year, whatever that looks like for you, provide opportunities for those volunteers. So definitely appreciate you being here, Michaela, because you could be anywhere on a Friday at 12 o'clock, but you decide to be here. So actually, we'll hand it off to you. Is there anything else that you would like to share with those that are listening now or will watch it later?
Um, yeah, just get out and volunteer. Um, Show your skills, share with people, and bring others with you. So, yeah.
Love it, love it. Well, thank you so much, Michaela. Our time here with you is done. So we definitely appreciate you. And now we'll welcome our next volunteer. Mm. All right. Oh, I could one day. Olabadoon. How are you doing, sir?
Yes, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Thank you. I've been pretty much inspired by what Michaela said so far. So she set the tone. It was impressive, and kudos to you. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. Well, before we actually let you go, Michaela, can you let the world know where you're tuning in from?
I'm tuning in from Austin.
Austin, Texas. Love it, love it. And Olabadoon, can you share the world where you're tuning in from?
Definitely from Nigeria. Nigeria to the world, Africa to the world.
Love it, love it. So, y'all, we are global here at Universal Tech Movement, right? We have volunteers not just in the States, but also beyond, because we have partners and clients that are not just in the States, but also from beyond. So, okay, one day I'm so happy to have you here, and we're gonna start off with the first question for you, just like we did with Michaela. So, Olabadoon, can you please introduce yourself and share what is one thing you would like the world to know about your background or your journey inside the tech space?
Yeah, my name is Akinwande Olubodu. I'm calling in from Nigeria. My background has been actually a non-tech background. Uh, I had to graduate from food science as a discipline, and I'm in the part of the world where we play catch up to a whole lot of things. We are basically behind when it comes to technology exposure, and around 2020 post-COVID, I began to wonder the disruption that the the pandemic brought to the world, the place of tech, and how do I fit into the world going forward? And that was how I came about UTM, formerly known as Autumn HQ, or State of Art Technology Movement. And from there, I entered into the tech space with IT support, courtesy of Autumn HQ, responsible for the guidance. And today, I'm currently, on track to uh, be a project manager, having the requisite certification, courtesy of Michael at the UTM team. Yeah.
Love it, love it. So that's what we love to see, Akinde, because when we look at our volunteers and then we see that some of our volunteers are also our clients, it's like, yes, now that's what we want, right? We want our clients to be leveraging our services, but then we want our clients to be our volunteers and our volunteers to be our clients, right? So we get that continued learning and that continued development across the board, regardless of where they start from, they can be a value add inside of the ecosystem. So please tell me, Akinwande, you've been with us for a while now. So what motivated you to volunteer with Universal Tech Movement?
I think what motivated me was simply because I understood that the foundation of any society is the home. Um, and if we get right, we are going to churn out decent, responsible, accountable human beings who make the society a better place. But the next layer is definitely going to be empowering and helping people. And
Mm.
since it's something that definitely what UTM is doing, particularly the infectious energy of the president, the CEO, and the members of staff, I felt like I needed to be a part of this. I needed to contribute my own bit to this cause and to this nation. And so here I am to see that people who are disadvantaged, people who lack the opportunities to break through or leverage whatever it is in tech. UTM gives them definitely the opportunity. And I think that we can also help the disadvantaged community to actually put them, a step, a foot into the door and give them the kind of life they want. So, yeah, that's it for me.
Uh, And I love that because that's what we do on our side, right? Is that we're all about removing barriers, whatever that barrier is for an individual. So if you're looking to learn a new skill, whether it's technical skill, interpersonal skills, let's do that, right? If you're looking for a job, well, let's go ahead and get you your job so you can go ahead and move on to the next step of your career. And if you already have a job, but looking to exit your company or create your own company, or create your own product or service, then great. Let's go ahead and help you do those things, connect with the right people, connect with the right resources, and move things forward. I'm grateful and happy that you saw that in the work that we did and inspired you to be a part of the movement because we need you and we need more people just like you being a part of the work that we're doing on our side. So now we can move on to our next question, Olubadoon.
Yeah, thank you
And
very much.
oh, for sure, for sure. So then why does the mission of UTM matter to you personally?
Wow. Uh, I think I touched on it earlier. The world is what it is. We are definitely going to have the poor. We are definitely going to have the disadvantaged in the world as it is. And one of the things that spurred me on was that we all have a role to play. You can't say it is small. You can't say it is insignificant. Whatever uh, effort you have to give, no matter how small, could actually nudge someone else into the direction they want for themselves. So yes, uh, it's also a great one because having been a beneficiary, I feel that it's also a good idea for me to ensure that others come into the glorious light, yeah, into the glorious light of what UTM has to offer, what UTM has to give. And yeah, I totally and wholly subscribe to it. And you mentioned something earlier, which is sometimes people think it's all about the disadvantaged people. It's all about the
Mhm.
people who are marginalized. There are persons who are even doing well per se, who do not know how to go about their next move. And that's where UTM comes in with the resources, with the volunteers, with the staff to come in handy to actually help. So we all basically need help, whether you're disadvantaged or not. And UTM fills both roles to ensure that they help people, um, whatever state you are in. And yeah, I believe in the mission. Thank you.
Mhm. So then tell me why then are volunteers so important in the work that we do, but also just in general, right? And you touched on a little things, or you touched on a little bit of different things in there in your response. But then as you summarize all that, you think about the tech scene, you think about nonprofits, think about education, you think about training. Why are volunteers so important in today's work?
Yeah, I think volunteers are key to driving the movement or whatever agenda because they are doing it because of their passion. They are
Yep.
doing it because of their interest. They're doing it because they want to be useful. They're doing it because they feel they have the time, they have the knowledge, they have the resources which they can lend to others. And so getting paid for it will not actually quantify some of this effort. So the best thing they need to do, volunteering is all about purpose too. So when people volunteer to define purpose, so there are different reasons. We can't do without volunteers in the society. We can't do without the volunteers in the world today. And you are going to be surprised, the energy, the ideas that comes from volunteers because they do it from the place of passion. They do it from the place of uh,
Mhm.
it goes beyond, the altruism goes beyond the value. They think about the future, and that's why we need people like them. They also come in with different perspectives, from what because they might feel not totally attached, not sentimental, and some people might decide to not say the truth or not say some things. But volunteers will come at you with the truth, and that's why we need them in this society. That's why we need them for any venture, and uh, and that's why today, when you look at natural disaster strikes, volunteers are they are the unsung heroes who come up and do a lot, and unfortunately, they don't get much credit. But yeah, they are doing it for the passion, they are doing it for the love and the interest. Thank you.
Yeah. And I'll share passion, 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 passion. I love volunteers. I mean, I'm a volunteer myself, right? I mean, I volunteer in all different types of organizations, right? So as I think about volunteers, right, I think about their passion, and I think about their value and the why volunteers matter. What do you hope that volunteers do in the tech scene and as part of the UTM movement? What is your hope for those other volunteers that we see?
Yeah, for me, what do I hope volunteers should do in the tech? There is a lot volunteers need to do. There's a lot of uncertainty with AI and with emerging technology and the future of tech. And one of the things volunteers need to do is to ensure people that you can do it, you can fulfill your purpose, this idea, this agenda can work out. And that's why when you look at UTM, we also have a bit of mentoring and mentorship on the side. So it makes sense that while the water, the technology water is murky, the future is uncertain, and a whole lot of things like that. Volunteers will give assurance. Volunteers, you know, would have to walk with people every step along the way. Yeah, there are persons who are definitely going to be interested. There are persons who will definitely fall along the way. But there are people who would cross the finish line. And for those people, volunteers should not give up. Volunteers should keep on giving their best effort, guiding, providing empathy, direction, and mentorship. Thank you.
I love everything you're saying, Olabadoon. And as you're speaking, I'm just really meditating on it and thinking about our volunteers and thinking about why they do what they do and thinking about, what are some barriers that may prevent people from volunteering, right? And what can we do to remove those barriers so that more and more people can volunteer and see how easy it can be to connect, right? Whether it's an hour here, 30 minutes there, right? There is something that you can do to really add a value to organizations, but also add value to the tech scene and what's happening inside this space right now. Because some people do need that hand holding, right? Some people need to be guided through the steps and process, and other people just need resource. They just need access to things, right? Saying, hey, if you give me a computer, I got it. If you give me a curriculum, I got it, right? If you let me meet somebody, I could take it from there. And then there's others who need no help at all. They can go and do it on their own, right? But we do want to make sure that everybody is moving the way that they need to inside this space. So Olubadoon, you've been with us
Yeah.
for a while, and you've done several different things. So tell me, how has your experience with UTM shaped your skills, your perspective, and your own goals moving forward?
Yeah, I think one of the best things I got was having to interface with people, having to ensure that I contribute my take to getting them to the desired state. And one of the things I've learned is that, cultural nuances, perspectives, because we have clients all over the world, people in the United States, people abroad in the Caribbean, they come with different uh, perspectives and approach when it comes to issues. So it has taught me to be more emotionally sensitive and intelligent, having to deal with people and having to also ensure that we get what they want for them. And when you look at project management, it's all about getting things done. So uh, the fact that I had to interface with clients also made me understand that, every client is actually a project. They come to you with different issues, and you just have to ensure that you resolve it. And so, and that has shaped my experience, going forward. I had the idea to do project management, but having these people come on board, come up with their requests, the engagement, I saw that, oh, there's more that I needed to do. And when it comes to skills, yeah, I definitely picked up skills along the way. Active listening, uh, passive listening, and also to ensure that I'm also taking certifications, courtesy of UTM, to ensure that I'm in a position to better serve the people, better give more value. And when it comes to goal, yeah, I think that I'm more resolute to ensure that I contribute my take to make the world a better place. And whichever route I'm going to take, I'm ready and I'm, confident enough in my abilities and in the grace and in the support. And the persons that I have met, the president, Michael Brown, and a whole lot of persons to ensure that, yeah, I do my bit to make the world a better place. Forgive me for rambling so much and getting a bit philosophical. Yeah.
No, no, you're fine. You're fine. You're doing great. You're doing great, Olubadoon. So no worries. I am excited to have you here today and really bring in the overall passion and vision that you bring to this work, right? And the work that we're doing on this side. So before I let you go, Olubadoon, is there any other last minute comments you would like to share?
Ah, wow, that's a big one. And I think that I'm just going to say this. Um, we all need help. Everybody needs help. The president cannot do it alone. My clients, our clients cannot do it alone. We all need help. So it's all about looking at the right places and asking the questions, making requests and petition. And for anybody that is listening to me, UTM is actually a place that, despite whatever is happening in the background, you can be rest assured that you are going to be served. You can be rest assured that you are going to get what you want. Just be patient, just calm down and listen to the mentors, listen to the professionals, trust them to help you every step of the way. And, at the end of the day, everybody wins. The clients win, and we at UTM, volunteer, staff, and president, and every other person wins too, and our partner. Thank you.
Love it, love it. So for those who are on the receiving end of volunteering, definitely be open to receiving the support, and listen and give that feedback. And those that are volunteering, right, just, hey, sign up, right, join the movement, be a part of the work that's going on, because your value, your passion is definitely needed. So please, please, please remember to post your comments, right? Post your comments. We can share those. Please post your key takeaways so that we can have those inside the comment section. And we are in the middle of 12 days of UTM. So please don't forget to donate. You can scan the QR code in the top corner there for you. You can also go to our website at joinutm.org/donate. So Olabadoon, I thank you so much. And I'm excited for the remaining days of 12 days. So tomorrow, and I know we actually jumped the gun a little early, but I'm gonna bring it back up right now. Tomorrow, we have our walk, run, and roll for digital equity in partnership with We Outside. So please, if you are here in Austin, Texas, please join in person at the Camacho Activity Center. If you are not able to come in person, it's okay. You can still tune in online and participate in the digital space. So if you can't come in person, you can still walk, run, roll any way you see fit inside of your zip code, in your region, in your country, and just tag us online, right? Let us see what you're doing. Let us see how you are running, walking, or rolling for digital equity. And we would love to see that engagement and activity online. So please, please, please follow us on our social media channels. Feel free to go to our website and see our other events that we have for 12 days, because we'll be rocking all the way until December 13th, where December 13th will be our holiday party. So thank you so much for tuning in, because you could be anywhere on a Friday at 12:30 now, and you choose to be here with us. So I really, really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I look forward to seeing you all around the ecosystem. So thank you and have a good one.